Hey guys, welcome back to Vicky's Bookish Mind, a channel where I talk about books and everything books. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about my May TBR and just what's on it, what I plan to read, and what I've already started reading. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. So let's get into the video. So the first book on the TBR is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. It's a duology, so it's One Dark Window and then Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig, and they're both on the TBR. So those are the first two books. It's a kind of gothic, dark theme, romantasy type of thing, and that's kind of what drew me in. That's what made me want to pick it up and read. So those are the first two books. Then the third book is An Unlikely Kind of Love by Adesuwa Nwokedi. It's a friends to lovers trope kind of romance book. The fourth book is part of the ACOTAR series. So A Court of Frost and Starlight and A Court of Silver Flames. Those are the two remaining books out of the 5 or 6 that are currently out by Sarah J. Maas. I read the first 3 2 months ago, so now I'm trying to last month actually, so now I'm trying to finish the series. Then the 6th book is The Marriage Monitoring Aunties Association by Ola Awonubi. I'm not really sure what the book's about, but it looks like a fun read, so that's on the TBR. So then the next 3 are part of the Cruel Prince trilogy. I'm not really sure what the actual series is called also, but it's The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. I read The Cruel Prince some years ago, but I'm not really sure. I don't think I finished it, so I'm trying to read it again because why not? So that's the 3 again. Then the last book, the 10th book, is 13 by Stephen Kavanaugh. It's about, I think it's also about a trial or something. I think 2 sisters, someone killed somebody. I'm not really sure. I don't really like to know what the book's about when I read it, because then I start, maybe go on TikTok and find things to motivate me. I want to read the book and actually enjoy the book without knowing what's going on till I read it, if that makes sense. Whatever. So the first 3 that I've currently read from this TBR are One Dark Window, the duology kind of, then An Unlikely Kind of Love. So the first book, One Dark Window, is a romantasy by Rachel Gillig that has like fantasy elements, magic, romance, just those type of things. So it follows the main character, the female main character, Elspeth, and she's from a family, and her dad is like a high-ranking official in the, not police, but like kind of like that, like the guards that guard the kingdom. And then there's a magic system that's very unique. That's what I liked about it. The magic system is very unique from other like romantasies that you see. It like has to do with cards. So there are different types of cards. I think there are 13 types of cards, and each card has powers that come with it. So I think they have different names, but I don't remember the names of the cards. But if like the purple card, if you touch it, no, you have to tap it 3 times. So if you tap it 3 times, you become invisible. Another one, I think the black card, if you tap it 3 times, you have like strength. So that's what like the people in the guard force, that's what they use. Then if you tap it 3 times again, the powers go dim, like you can't use the powers anymore. And if someone else gets the card from you, whether they steal it or you give it to them or you trade it to them, they can also use the card. So it's not like attached to one person. Anyone can use it as long as they have it and they tap it 3 times. So the problem I had with this book was I had such high expectations for it, but I just couldn't get into it. One, the writing was quite boring, like nothing was going on. So Elspeth, in this kingdom, this land, there's this sickness that goes around, and if it's in your veins, your blood turns black. So they look for anyone who has this sickness and they capture them and they put them in the dungeon. I think they kill them eventually. So she didn't want to be like that. So she had the sickness, and then her dad knew, but he couldn't harbor her in his house. So he took her to his brother's house, her uncle's house, and she lived there. And when she got better, no one knew that she was sick. But the thing is, when you're sick, you get powers or you get some type of magic. So she found one of the nightmare cards. That's one of the most powerful ones. And she touched it in her uncle's house. And then she got these powers. Not really powers, but something in her head. So there was another voice in her head. The nightmare, that's what it's called. But the nightmare was the Shepherd King. And I don't know, but whatever. So she has this power, but she doesn't let anyone know. So she has this voice other than hers living in her head for about 11 to 13 years, and she didn't tell anyone. Then she meets this guy, Raven Yu, and I don't know, they fall in love. I didn't like the romance in it because it felt like insta love. There was no connection. It just felt rushed. The writing wasn't like, I almost DNF'd this book, but I wanted to see if it would get better, and unfortunately it didn't. So I had to DNF it, and because I DNF'd the first book, I knew the second book probably wasn't gonna be any better, so I didn't even start the second book. So that's where I am right now. The third book on my TBR was An Unlikely Kind of Love by Adesuwa and Nwokedi. It's about a friends to lovers romance. So this woman told me, I think her name was Tomi, she goes to Lagos for her 20-year class reunion. So everyone from her secondary school is back there, reuniting, connecting. And then we found out that Tomi has been in love with her best friend, Ikena. But Ikena lives in the US. He already got married. He has a kid that's like 16 years old already. And honestly, I don't like friends to lovers romance, but I was recommended this book, so I kept an open mind and I really tried to like it. But honestly, I was low-key irritated because we were told, and we were not shown, but we were kind of told that Tomi was smart, she was, her own person. But throughout the whole reunion weekend, she just looked like a dummy. She didn't know what was going on. She just acted really stupid to me, and I didn't like that. Ikena was just, I don't know, I think they said they were like 30 something, 37 or something. Sorry, no, they acted like they were in secondary school again. So I don't know, I had to age them down a lot to kind of enjoy the book. But then it got to some point, Tomi's friend, mind you, Tomi has a boyfriend, so his name is, I don't remember. Let's give him Tola. Oh, I think his name was Tola, so Tola was his name. So Tomi has a boyfriend, Tola, but she's in love with Ikena, her best friend. So she goes to this weekend, tries to convince herself that she doesn't still have those feelings from 20 years ago, but she does. And then one of her friends that she told back then was like, oh, remember that time when you planned a day for you and Ikena? Did he even end up showing up? And Ikena was like, oh, I don't remember that happening. You just said, oh, there was a party at your house. And then he starts thinking, oh, did she like me? This, Then they end up sleeping together. And I didn't like that part because they just made Tomi into a cheater, and I draw the line at cheating guys. And I don't know, I just kind of had to finish the book at that point. But it didn't get better from there. It wasn't even like a will they, won't they type of thing. Because when you already cheated, might as well just break up with Tola. I didn't even like Tola because Tomi and Tola had this business idea that, because she was into like physics, robotics, so she wanted to start a robotics company. But Tola was saying that they need 200 million naira to start this company. But Ikena told her that there's no way you need that much amount. So they were trying to find investors, but Ikena is a very big like tech guy abroad, so a lot of companies are trying to poach him. But they used his name to say, okay, he's part of this business, so they can bring in investors, and he's agreed to that. It just got to the point everyone just looked stupid except for Ikena. So throughout the whole thing, he looked stupid. Don't get me wrong, he was dumb, but when it comes to like tech stuff, I guess he was smart. But yeah, they end up, Ikena ends up, no, Tola, no, no, what's her name? Tomi ends up telling Ikena how she feels, but then he says, oh, he can't give her what she's looking for because, mind you, he's divorced. So he's like, I don't think I can go that route again, get married, give you what you need. So he goes back to the US, and Tomi moves on with her life with Tola, but she's not really feeling the connection. She never really felt the connection because now she sees that Tola is trying to scam her. Not scam her, but like you know, because she's supposed to get like 20% in this company, and the investors get 60%, and then Tola gets another 20%. But the investors that they're trying to get is Tola's dad's company, so he's probably gonna get like 80% already, like Tola. So it doesn't really make sense for her. So she's like, I think I'm gonna pull out of this. And then Ikena goes back to the US. He meets his ex-wife, his child, and they start talking. He's like, oh, it seems that, oh, I really liked her. Then he goes back to Nigeria, goes back to Lagos to find her. He's like, oh, I can give you what you want, da 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 da. And they end up together, the end. And I also think the book was kind of rushed at the end. It felt like too much of the book was written during the weekend, that we didn't really get to see much after, like how their relationship progresses. But also kind of good that we didn't get to see that, because I was already bored, I was already irritated, I was already angry. Honestly, this was a hate read, I'm not gonna lie. It was a very big hate read. I just started like, yes, I have to see what happens next, because I wasn't even anticipating. I was like, I just need to know the next stupid thing you're gonna do, or the next stupid thing you're gonna say. That was for me anyways. So yeah, those are the books I've read currently. So hopefully I can get through the remaining 7. Don't quote me on this, guys, but I probably won't. There's a very big chance that I will not, but I will let you guys know. But hopefully I can get through maybe 3 more. So yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. Thank you for making it to the end. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and don't forget to comment. Your comments are always appreciated, so thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.